Adam Bridge was a 13-year-old boy who was scared of the dark. When he slept at night, he would leave his lamp on the bedside table. His father wanted his son to grow out of being scared of the dark, so he had a talk with him about growing up and being brave. He told his son, "There is nothing to be afraid of. The things you read about, like monsters, werewolves, are all fake. Even those creepypasta stories you listen to online. You're a kid. Don't let your imagination make you lose sight of what's real and what's not, son." Adam Bridge decided that there is nothing to be afraid of. Monsters, ghosts, and wicked demons were just in stories and movies. It's what his father told him. Adam made a decision to turn the lamp off and sleep. He had a hard time falling asleep, but soon he drifted off. The next day he felt good. He felt he conquered his fear of the dark. He told his father and his stepmother. They both were proud of Adam. The next night he slept without any trouble. Months went by and night was no longer a problem for him. He woke one night to the sound of movement in his room. He tossed and turned, trying to cast it off as nothing. Then he heard a thump sound, and his bedroom door closed. Adam peeked out from underneath his bed sheets. A shadow moved along the wall and faded into the shadows of the darkness. He then tried to hold his breath, trying to cancel out the sound so that he could hear if anything was in his room. Next thing that happened, something climbed up the side of his bed. Adam became wide-eyed and frightened. Whatever it was crawled over him. The bed moved as it made movement. Then an awful sound of growling was heard. It then hopped out of the bed, making it bounce. Adam had no idea what it could be. Adam then peeked out again, trying to avoid being caught by the stranger in the room. A pale human-like creature crawled around on his floor. It snarled and moved around like some sort of animal. Its eyes looked solid black. The hands were shaped like claws, the fingers long with sharp nails. It was also nude and nearly hairless. Adam wanted to call out to his dad, but he felt it would alarm the creature and it might attack him. Adam had a great urge in him to turn on his lamp, the only thing that made him feel safe in the dark. He felt that if he turned it on, it would make the monster vanish, but also he felt that it might make it come at him. Adam was stuck. Again, the creature climbed up in his bed. It crawled on top of him and stayed still. Adam pretended like he was asleep. The weight of the creature wasn't too heavy, but it was a bit heavy on Adam. Adam opened up his right eye as his head laid on his pillow. His eyes spotted his dressing mirror on the wall near the closet. In the reflection, he could see the creature staring right at him, with his head facing down. Adam then felt a chill run throughout his whole body. His eyes closed tight. He almost moved. A thought came in his mind. Adam thought, if he forced himself to go to sleep, the night will end and morning will come faster. The creature made another horrible sound. It sounded like it was wheezing or panting. Adam was stiff and frozen with fear, and the room was dead silent, all except for the wheezing. Soon, the thin-framed, deformed creature leaped out of Adam's bed to the floor. His bedroom door opened, then it closed. Adam felt a cool sense of relief spread throughout his entire body. He nearly peed himself. His eyes stayed closed for a long period of time. His thoughts ran wild, the images of that thing playing over and over in his mind. He then thought, what if it goes in his dad's room? What if they don't pretend to be asleep when it entered? What might it do to them? Adam had to warn them. He needed to turn his lamp on first, so he felt some sort of armor from the light shielding him from the darkness. He kept his eyes closed and reached his right arm up. His fingers felt for the lamp switch. He couldn't feel it. He then took a breath, then told himself, he's alone now. The thing left. He then opened his eyes. His heart raced. Tears immediately ran from his eyes. He wet his bed at the same time. The fear hit him like a sharp knife in his chest. The creature sat 4 feet away facing him. Its mutant, disfigured, animal-like face moved a little, while its dark eyes never blinked. The lamp sat on the floor right by his large, sharp fingernails. The long neck, holding the head up stiff and hard with veins in it, was still. The skin so white and ghostly, its features could mostly be seen well in the darkness. Adam then looked at his bedroom door, then back at the monster. Soon as he did, it was closer to his bed, its face inches away from his own. Its mouth then opened with a crooked grin. Saliva dripped out of it, revealing sharp, uneven teeth. Its nose was nearly noticeable, but the eyes were the things that trapped Adam. He couldn't tell if it wanted to harm him or just stare at him. The creature stared, wheezing and growling. Adam could tell now that something bad was about to happen. Adam, with quick thinking, rolled out of bed on his left side, then crawled underneath the bed. He crawled all the way to the other side where the creature stood, but as soon as Adam got back up, the monster had jumped across the room, thinking he was still under the bed. Adam ran to his door, then out his bedroom screaming for help. When he turned back, the creature went after him. It ran on all fours like a dog or a cat would. It growled and reached for him. Adam ran into the bathroom in the hall and locked the door behind him. Soon the long blade-like fingers of the creature shot through the wood as it stabbed into the door. Adam yelled and hit the bathroom walls. The creature made a hole big enough so that it could see inside. Adam sat on the toilet holding a plunger as a weapon. The black eyes of the monster stared back at him through the holes in the door. It seemed to calm down. Then it moved away from the door. A police siren was heard, and soon enough there was a loud knock downstairs on the front door. Adam cried out for help. He called out his father's name, then cried as he crawled into a corner in the bathroom. 6 minutes later, the sound of his front door being kicked in was heard. Adam then heard a dog scratching on the door and saw 2 police officers through the holes in the door, shining their flashlights at him. Adam Bridges' father and stepmother were brutally murdered that night. They say their bodies were so badly slashed, it was hard to recognize what they had looked like before. The bodies were also dismembered. Adam Bridge told investigators what he saw, but soon, his story was just a story from a kid who might have just been too scared and lost control of what was real and what was not. The news stations told the public it was a man who snuck into their house that night. Adam saw what it looked like. He was up close, face to face with that odd being. Adam Bridge moved in with his mother in Florida. Now, when he sleeps at night, he leaves his bedroom door open and the lights on.